Welcome to Vision TV, the show all about the College of Arts and Sciences. And today I am joined by Dr. Robert West, the department head of the Department of Classical and Modern Languages and Literatures. I was trying to make sure I got all that out.
You got
Robert.
it. That's great.
Thank you so much for being here. And we were talking just a little bit before the show even. It made me think, what do you want people to know about the department happening right now and how it is framing the study of foreign languages?
Well, there's so many great things going on in CMLL, which we do abbreviate the department that way just to save everybody from hurting themselves when you say the whole name. But there are lots of good things going on. One thing which will matter more to some of our viewers than others is we just had what may be our most research productive year in the department's history. Almost everybody with a research assignment had great publications this year, some of them multiple publications, and they're really doing a wonderful job advancing the study of language and literature and linguistics. You know, we do have good representation of the field of linguistics, the scientific study of language, in the department now. And so that's very exciting to me and to those of us who care about the research life of the college. In terms of teaching, lots and lots of good things there too. One of our relatively new faculty members, Dr. Justin Penta, recently won the Mississippi Foreign Language Association's Educator of Excellence Award.
Wonderful.
Just this past year. We also have one of our just graduated MA students won the graduate student honor, the parallel to that, and that was a wonderful thing. We just instituted a new practicum for our TAs, where our faculty give them additional professional development every week through the year to
so needed.
Not just train them at the very beginning of the school year and then turn them loose, but maintain that kind of mentorship all year long. We think that that's going to do a lot because these TAs, do play an important role in helping our faculty teach classes and eventually serving as instructors of record on their own too. So we're trying to look out for teaching quality and doing everything we can to improve the undergraduate experience. And other things, we recently implemented the Global Seal of Biliteracy, which is something we're very excited about.
Please tell me about the Global Seal and what is the Global Seal. And from what I understand too, we are the first university school in Mississippi to offer this. Is that
That's right? That's right. There's a lot of interest right now in what are called micro-credentials. I'm not sure, especially why they're micro.
Yeah. Versus macro.
I'd say, I suppose a college degree is a credential compared to that. Maybe this is a micro credential, but there is a lot of interest among students now in getting something tangible and official to show that they have done some. Well, among faculty too, that they have completed this or that workshop, completed this or that program. And so the Global Seal of Biliteracy is a fairly young effort, it's about 6 years old, to recognize not just students, but anyone's proficiency in a second language. I mean, of course, they have a certain level of mastery of the language that they grew up in, but then the Global Seal is a way of recognizing mastery, a certain level of proficiency over a second language. And in just 6 years, the Global Seal has been recognized in, the latest number I've seen is 62 countries around the world.
Wonderful.
So it's fast growing in recognition. And we see it as a way to help MSU students get the kind of careers they want, attain the kind of professional future they want, and personal future. And it's a way of documenting the language skills that they've attained to go beyond their first language.
So, and if a student were interested, what would they do?
Well, the first thing to do would be to email us at globalseal@cmll.msstate.edu.
Okay.
And we will answer questions about what they need to do to attain the seal. We have set up an MSU storefront for Avant Assessment's STAMP test, which is the test that we've settled on. We think it's the best and most affordable test for students to demonstrate their abilities in reading, writing, speaking, and listening. It's not just a written test. They can register for the test online. There's electronic proctoring. And then we receive their score. And then our undergraduate coordinator and associate department head, Amy Russell, is really in charge of this. She's done a fantastic job leading work on our implementation of the SEAL. She receives those scores and she confirms to the student the level of proficiency that they've attained. If they meet a certain level, then they're awarded a level of the SEAL. You are recognized for different levels of proficiency. There is functional proficiency, working, and then professional. One good thing about this credential is it is what's called stackable. You can attain a certain level of proficiency, but then take additional coursework and keep going, test again, and then raise your proficiency level. It's a stackable.
Can you take it as many times as you want to?
Sure. And it's not, as test registration goes, it's not too expensive.
Right. They all cost something.
Right. It's about $40-odd, to take this. But the credential is stackable in that sense. They can keep going, having earned the functional proficiency recognition. They can move up to working and so forth. It's portable because, again, it's recognized in over 60 countries around the world, and it's verifiable. You get a serial number with your Global Seal that you can put on LinkedIn or other social media. It's attached to a personal language profile you set up. And so stackable, portable, verifiable, it's a good credential. And it should help students as they apply to graduate programs, as they apply for employment. I mean, it's one thing just to say on your resume that you have a certain level of knowledge of Spanish.
That's exactly what I was just thinking about.
And it's something else to be able to say, hey, I have this official credential by this internationally recognized organization. And by the way, you can check on it.
Yeah.
This is for real. So this is all about trying to help MSU students, find the futures that they deserve.
And how would you say having this Global Seal helps you with the broader goals and mission of the department?
Well, one way is it gives us another way to show students that it's not just about checking off a box in terms of degree requirements. Language study is more than just fulfilling this or that arbitrary feeling requirement. But what we really want to do is to help them, as I say, find the futures they deserve, get the jobs, get the careers that they would like to have. There's no doubt that in most of the careers our students are looking for, they will be more competitive if they can operate at least to some degree in a language other than English.
Can I ask you about that? And I'm going off some of the script questions, so forgive me.
No, that's fine.
But talk to me about that importance of having that extra language skill set. I think so many people are misinformed about the benefits of knowing another language.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, in terms of working internationally, that's one thing. I mean, that's kind of obvious. If you're interested in international business, for instance, we do have the International Business Program here at MSU, and international business students are required to not just have a business major, but also to have a world language major. And so there's that, and of course our engineering students, some of them also, are going to want to be internationally competitive, in the work that they do professionally. But also, I mean, just in the United States, we have so much linguistic diversity. I mean, over 40 million people in the U.S. I was just looking at the most recent census data, and over 40 million people in the U.S., list Spanish as the language spoken at home.
40 million.
Right.
Wow.
It's really, I mean, the number is a little over 43 million in the last census. I was just not long ago listening to a presentation from someone on the Spanish faculty at UAB who was touting data showing the vastly increased earning potential for nurses in this country who speak not just English but also Spanish. I mean, it's really startling how much more money they have available to them. The positions that they can
and
obtain.
Marketable.
Right,
Yeah.
with those additional language skills.
Yeah.
So absolutely, yeah, it's a great thing for our students, and I know we have students here and faculty here who are interested in cybersecurity. There are particular languages of strategic value, you know, that Chinese, Russian especially, you know, are especially of interest when it comes to cybersecurity. And so, you know, we do offer classes in those languages, and we're very happy to help students who think that, you know, that's where they want to go professionally, to help them get there.
What are the languages that are taught in the department?
Oh, okay, let's see. We've got, I mentioned Russian and Chinese. There's also Japanese. I want to make sure I don't miss any.
Sorry, put you on the spot.
No, it's okay. French, German, Spanish, Italian, Latin, and Ancient Greek. So we've got 9, and some of our coursework is in English. So we do have the 2 classical languages, and then the others are all modern languages.
I mean, just so many options to make you marketable, and I love what you said about the cybersecurity. Right. There are so many fields that you don't realize rely on knowing another language.
Right. I mean, there are great jobs waiting in the State Department, in the Defense Department, the National Security Agency, other aspects of the intelligence sector, and you know, they expect students to know other languages. MSU students deserve a shot at those jobs, and we want to help them get them if that's what they're interested in, and meet, you know, all their many career goals.
And we are almost out of time, but we probably want to bring up too that you can also minor in a foreign language.
Yes, it's a wonderful option for students. Sometimes, you know, given the hours to the degree and people's life situations, they can't take all the classes they want to. They might think, oh, it'd be nice to double major in this, but they can't. But you know, we do offer minors in all those languages.
Option.
Absolutely, yeah. And we actually have a very high number of minors in CMLL. I was just talking about that with our dean, with Dean Travis, and he was really surprised to hear what a high number of minors we have.
Well, Dr. West, thank you so much for being on the show today and telling our viewers about the Global Seal. Yeah. They can learn more about that, and if not, just look up the Department of Classical Modern Languages and Literatures.
That's right. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. And that's today's episode of Vision.